We're whizzing down the years to feudal England in the 9th century. By now, William the Conqueror should be done conquering and on his way to kinghood. But William's worried, and something's amiss. See what you can find out. Politics will be coming along as your good guide. If anyone can figure out the problems of an ancient political system, she's the one. Good luck, Time Scout. And don't swim in any moats.
Know why the Chrono Skimmer rules? Because we always arrive right on time. We're in England, 1086, and I'm standing by William the Conqueror, the French ruler of Normandy and England.
Hey, you two! Watch your heads. There's a siege going on.
A siege? That explains all the soldiers outside. We'll help you withstand this siege, King William.
That pot is full of boiling water, which we pour down on enemies trying to climb the walls. It leaves them boiling mad. Behold!
Hey! Quit it! Oh, that was my best siege uniform!
In place of water, we sometimes use molten metal or boiling oil, which stick to the enemy's skin.
Sticks to the skin? Ugh.
This toothy-looking wall is a battlement. My soldiers hide behind the raised parts, called merlons, when they're not shooting arrows. My archers shoot arrows through the crenels, those gaps in the parapet wall. They try to prick their Saxon targets without getting nicked in return. Those pesky Saxon archers use wooden shields to hide behind, and only peep out when they're firing a volley of arrows. The cowards!
That giantific device is a battering ram. It knocks down castle gates or walls, so the foot soldiers can run in through the hole, called a breach.
That mangonel hurls huge boulders up and over the walls. It can even fling dead animals, which spread disease inside the castle.
Grossola! That machine is a ballista, a giant crossbow that shoots major spears, even flaming spears.
Yes, ballista spears are often covered in a flaming goo called Greek fire. Quite awful stuff. Its formula is a big secret. Hail, friends! At least I hope you are friends. Those Saxons always seem to be knocking at my gates. I am William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy and also King of England. Although those Saxons seem to disagree with that last fact. Although I am from Normandy, I had a legitimate claim to the English throne, so I invaded in 1066. I conquered my rival, Harold, at the Battle of Hastings. As king, I created a feudal society where peasants work for lords, lords work for barons, and barons work for me. It's good to be the king. Oh, the Saxons are revolting. Again, someone stole my Doomsday Book, and the Saxons, taking it as a sign of weakness, have decided to try and overthrow my castle with a siege. The Doomsday Book is a record of all the people and property in England, from the lowliest serf to the highest noble. It really helps me keep tabs on everyone. Perhaps they need a bath? But seriously, the Saxons are not happy having a foreign king like me. I burned much of the North Country to the ground once. But will they let bygones be bygones? No!
You know, historical figures aren't always angels, but our acme job is to put history back on track. If William doesn't remain king, all of English history might change.
This stone castle I recently built is strong enough to withstand any Saxon attack. But with this siege going on outside, I'm having trouble bringing in fresh supplies. Ah, a noble offer! I happen to have a secret passage out of this castle. Squeeze through and go find my barons and lords. Tell them my soldiers need some bread.
Our thief must have slipped through this secret passage.
Au revoir. Hurry back.
Hello? Welcome to my castle. Certainly, I am Baron Dupont, a peer without peer. I am also the ruler of this castle. Through talent and wisdom, of course. Oh, and it helped that I supported William the Conqueror when he invaded England. William gave most of the baronships to other French Normans like myself. Oh, it can be quite tiresome. These Saxons don't like having a foreign baron ruling them. To prevent them from rebelling, I must keep them very busy. I make sure they're always doing their specific jobs. Knowing their last names helps a lot. Help you? But I am a nobleman. It is very uncommon for me to help commoners. For the king? Why didn't you say so? In that case, helping you would be my crowning glory. What can I do to help? I know little of petty activities like making bread. Here's a list of my subjects. Perhaps one of them can help you.
Salutations, dear Baron. May I help you?
Can you make bread for the king's noble troops?
I would love to bake you some bread, but I am flourless and thus powerless. Do you have any flour?
No flour? Well, check with the lord down the road. As I am a baron and he is only a lord, the feudal system requires that he help me out. That's Lacey, my hunting dog. Just part of the pack I take on my afternoon hunts. I do the catching, she does the fetching.
In 11th century England, castles had to be built fast, so they were usually made of wood instead of heavy stone. A wood castle could be finished in just 3 weeks. That looks like an early version of the medieval coat of arms, where colorful family emblems were painted on war shields.
That is a moat and Bailey castle out there. My men dig a deep moat, piling the dirt up inside to make a tall hill. Then we build a wooden castle on the hill. Voila! 2 defenses for the price of 1.
We need to finagle some flour for that baker. We're off to the Lord.
Welcome to my estate, travelers. Of course, I've forgotten my manners. I am Lord Maynard. I report to Baron Dupont. Exactly. The Baron owns this estate and several others, but I live here and run it for him. He gives orders to me, and I pass the orders on to my peasants. It's the feudal way, you know. Oh, the usual things. I dispense justice, I listen to peasants complain about taxes, that sort of nonsense. A nobleman's work is never done. Well, not really. Most of this land was lent to me by Baron Dupont. In turn, I lend some of the land to peasants who work the soil. The French would call these peasants villeins. Well, it works like this. I lend some land to the villeins, and they in exchange give me part of the food they harvest from this land. Such are the ways of the feudal system. The Baron needs flour? Well, I'm happy to help, of course. In fact, it is my feudal duty. Well, I do not have any flour on me at the moment, but one of my peasants may be able to help. Just point one out.
Lordy Lord, good day. What can I do for you?
The Baron needs flour to bake bread. Can you help?
Yes, I can make some flour for you. I am a miller, after all. Here it is. Freshly milled flour for the Baron's bread. All yours.
That peasant is being punished for stealing a chicken. He must spend 1 full day locked in the stockades while people toss rotten vegetables at him.
Bummer! Must be humiliating, especially if they use broccoli. Yuck!
Each of those farmhouses belongs to a peasant. I give each peasant some of my land to farm, and he gives me back a share of what he grows. It's a feudal attempt at society.
Neat windmill. What's it for?
Oh, my peasants use it to raise water, grind grains, the usual farmy things.
Alrighty then. Let's head back to Baron DuPont.
Oh, this flour is perfect. I'll see what I can bake up. Hold on. Voila! My best bread for the king's best men.
All right, let's sneak past the siege and back into William's castle.
Fresh bread. My hungry troops and I thank you. And now, my next task. We need more weapons. Could you stop by the Baron's place and see if he has any swords?
Absolutely! Happy to help, your kingship.
Au revoir. Hurry back.
Salutations once again! One of my subjects might give you the edge you need. With whom do you care to speak?
How'd you do, Mr. B? What do you need?
King William is calling for more swords. Can you make them?
Oh, I'd dearly love to forge some swords, but the water barrel I use to cool my red-hot metals has sprung a leak. If you can find me a new barrel, I can forge ahead.
You need a barrel? I believe the lord next door can roll one out for you.
Greetings once again, travelers. Ah, no, you've got me over a barrel on that one. Let's check with one of my peasants.
Hello, good lord. May I be of service?
We must get a barrel for the Baron. Can you be of assistance?
A barrel? I'm happy to make you a barrel. Back in a flash. Ta-da! The finest barrel a baron could ask for. It won't leak a drop.
Ah, now that's a fine watertight barrel. I'll fill it with water and make some swords in no time. There you go, the finest swords in England. A real cut above the ordinary.
These swords will give me the edge over those Saxons. But now, my archers are all out of arrows. This is your final task. Check with my Baron and see if he has any arrows to spare.
Sheesh! King William's got us pulling a lot of strings.
Au revoir. Hurry back.
Salutations once again! One of my servants can surely help. Which one should I call?
Good day to you all. What is the Baron's bidding?
William's men need a new batch of arrows. Can you help?
Sorry, I'd make you the straightest arrows in England, but I'm a little light on feathers right now. Do you happen to have any?
No feathers for the arrows? You might be able to pluck some from the lord down the road. By feudal law, he is obligated to help me.
Greetings once again, travelers. I'm a lord, not a lark, but one of my subjects might be able to help. Who should I call?
Hello, Lord. How can I help?
Feathers would tickle the Baron's fancy. Do you have any?
Feathers? Certainly. I'll use me hunting falcon to bring down some birds for you. Won't be but a moment. I'm back, and I bagged quite a few birds. I hope the feathers help. Silverific! You scored a shred of the Carmen note.
Well, look at all these feathers. Just what a Fletcher needs. They'll make my arrows fly straight and true. Here you are. These are some of my finest arrows.
Bullseye! Those are arrows.
Aha! Once I pass out these fine arrows, my men will easily repulse the Saxon siege. Victory is certain! How about joining me in a celebration feast?
Well, I'm not sure, Your Kingness.
Come on! You can do a cheat with my dancing bear.
A dancing bear? Fantabulous! Count us in! Right, the arrows we brought did the trick, and the siege is over. It's time to celebrate at this wild Norman dinner party.
Yes, eat, eat! We Normans specialize in fine feasts. Dogs often roam the banquet hall sniffing out table scraps. Their thick fur can make for a handy napkin, you know.
Silverific! The final mote of the Carmen note. Hold on, I'm activating the time cuffs.
Only my most honored or powerful guests are permitted to sit with me here at the head table. I like to give them a heady dining experience. That loyal fellow is my royal taster. He tries a bit of all my food before I eat to make sure nothing is poisoned. Tasters are easy to find, but hard to keep. Oh, that siege has wearied my bones. I'm much too tired to talk.
No wonder. When he's not battling, William I must juggle being King of England and ruler of Normandy and France, both at the same time. This is the Bayeux Tapestry, created a few years back in 1077. Tapestries like this often told stories using pictures. In a way, it means the writing's on the wall.
We Normans use live bears for entertainment. I love it when they stand on their hind legs to dance.
That poor bear looks all jigged out. In feudal England, the fork wasn't invented yet, so folks ate their meat with their hands, or from the tips of their sharp knives. Sometimes, instead of bowls, the Normans ate soup using tough bread called trenchers that could soak up the grease. I don't suppose they used napkins either. No vegetarians here. Upper-class Normans thought vegetables were fit only for peasants, so they didn't eat many. That excuse never worked with my mother. What's on your mind? The Chronopedia is the key. It has information that should help us figure out the Carmen note. Good thinking! The Bayeux Tapestry is a story banner telling how King William conquered England. We've slapped the cuffs on that wily warmonger, General Mayhem. No more warmongering for you, General Mayhem. You're heading back to Acme.
I'll just have to plot a whole new campaign while stationed in the Slammer.
Congratulations! You clapped the cuffs on General Mayhem and put that big old Doomsday Book back on the shelf. Old King William is a happy conqueror. And thanks to you, England's noble traditions will survive the centuries.